Well, hello there, my little lovelies. It's been too long, hasn't it? It's been far too long, and that's my fault entirely, and I apologise for that. I have been writing a book, and yet, I don't know, all these other people seem to be just sort of like churning out books and also YouTube videos constantly. How are they doing that? Is it magic? Is it drugs? Welcome to my TED Talk. Oh, Jesus. Okay, look, what's happened is, I'm going to just level with you. I'm a bit hungover and also a bit ill and severely jet lagged. I was awake until 5 a.m. I've put my phone on a window ledge. There's trains going by outside. Thank fuck it's overcast, because otherwise I don't know what my lighting would be, quite frankly. Look, it's old school, it's low res, it's grassroots. I've slapped on a bit of red lippy. I've got some tissues here, and full disclosure, I am wearing pajamas on the bottom half. Do you remember when I used to care about the image of myself I presented to the world? Oh, good times. Okay, as you can tell from the somewhat attention-grabbing title of this video, I do have a book cover to reveal to you, and it's fucking gorgeous if I do say so myself. So that will be happening, but sort of at the end of the video, to make sure that you watch all the bits in between, which doesn't really work on YouTube, does it? That works on television. Here's what I want to tell you. I'm going to say there's 3 things. I love a little list. Right, number 1, thank you. Thank you. You didn't see that coming, did you? Thank you so much for supporting my book so far. We've hit over 150% of the crowdfunding target, and I have over 1,000 pre-orders, which is silly. Look, I know in the grand scheme of the publishing industry, it's not that much, but for little old me, like that's kind of crazy. You're literally just going off the back of other stuff that I've made, and I guess trusting that I will make something decent. And honestly, that trust kind of means more to me than anything else. The fact that you just believe I'm gonna make you something good that's lovely. Thank you. Right, that's number 1. What was number 2? Oh yes, everybody who has supported so far on the crowdfunding page. So if you've pre-ordered the book or pledged in any way, you will get your name printed in the back of the book, which I think genuinely is one of my favourite things about the crowdfunding model, because the book will then exist in printed form and every single person who contributed to it will be mentioned by name in the book. Alas, she said, as though she uses the word alas in everyday conversation. Alas, we do at some point have to close that off, because the whole text needs to be finalised and approved to get ready to go to print. So, this is the important bit. As of this Sunday, the 15th of December at midnight, don't ask me what time zone, I don't know, probably GMT, you will no longer be able to get your name printed in the back of the book for all the reasons that I just said a second ago. So if you want your name in the back of the book, pre-order before this Sunday, the 15th of December at midnight. Good. Sorry, I'm wondering if at some point during this video I should have maybe done like a little recap or something. I mean, you all know I'm writing a book, right? I haven't stopped bloody banging on about it since, I think this time last year actually is when I announced it. Tell you what, if you don't know about the book, I'll link to the video where I announced that I'm writing a book in the description. But it's called Out of Love, and it's about a relationship told in reverse, and I'm crowdfunding it. I mean, you're intelligent, you figured this out by now. Okay, the third thing I want to tell you is also pretty big and exciting. I can officially announce that Out of Love will be published in June 2020. I'm so excited for that day to finally come around. I've had this whole career on YouTube of getting used to just having an idea, writing it, directing it, editing it, putting it up, getting immediate feedback. So this has been a very different process and a huge learning curve for me. But also I guess it's a good lesson in patience and also in refinement, because I think, to be honest, I sort of underestimated how involved the edit process would be. I technically finished writing the book in July, and I had this huge, overwhelming feeling of relief, and that lasted about 12 hours until I was introduced to my editor, Imogen, who is lovely and has shown me the ropes, God bless her. And she was just straight in with all the stuff that we needed to do on the edit, and I just didn't realise how much there was to be done. I suppose, yeah, I was a bit naive coming into this, and I have learned an awful lot, but there's several rounds of copy edits, which is just sort of spelling, grammar, punctuation, which doesn't seem like an awful lot, but it is on like nearly 90,000 words. And then there was a huge broad strokes edit, which was you know, more to do with sort of character and thematics and plot and pacing and continuity. So that was quite a big edit. So the fact that it's coming out in June sort of isn't that surprising, given that we're only really finalising the whole book right now. That said, if you just can't wait until June, if you're just too excited like a kid on Christmas, then you can actually get the book a little bit early if you pre-order it. We're doing our very, very best, myself and Unbound, who are the publisher, to make sure that the first run of hardback editions goes out to all the supporters in advance of the publication date. So fingers crossed, it will be April, it might be May, but either way you would be getting the book well in advance of publication date, like easily a couple weeks, if not a couple months. So another little incentive to pre-order now. Finally, I wanted to let you know about another sort of project related to the book that I'm going to be doing soon. I realise I've been a little bit lax on YouTube lately, and I am sorry for that. It's just, I wanted to pour as much attention and focus as possible into the book, and in the meantime I've still been sort of doing other jobs like script writing and directing and all sorts, so it's been kind of hard to do videos at the same time, and I only ever really want to make videos when I really want to say something or share something with you. So what I'm trying to tell you in a very long roundabout way is that I want to dedicate an entire month on my channel to all things books and writing related, and also have guests on talking about their favourite books, and also I want to make a couple videos of excerpts for you from my book, so you can listen to me reading my own book in my lovely dulcet Irish tones. Lucky you. If you can think of a catchy title for a month of content that is somewhat book and writing related, please leave it in the comments. I will very much steal it with pride. Okay, I think that's everything. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting, and obviously that is not the end of the video, is it? Because I have a book cover to reveal. I was very apprehensive about the book cover because it was so important to me. It's just so important to me that we get this right. I'm so used to directing things and knowing exactly what I want a shot to look like, exactly what I want in frame, the composition, the lighting, the colour palette. I'm so used to working closely with a director of photography to communicate that to them, and I felt very comfortable in that space, and then suddenly I was in this space where I needed to communicate to an artist exactly what it was I wanted on the cover of my book, and I couldn't see it in my head. I knew the feeling I wanted it to evoke. I knew what I didn't want it to be, but beyond that I couldn't really tell them exactly what it was, and the brief I gave was basically about making sure that the cover reflected the tone of the book. It's bittersweet, and it's very sad at times, and it can be a bit heavy at times, but it's also light and humorous and hopeful and uplifting, I hope. Also, I felt like it should be a little bit romantic without looking like the cover of a romance novel, and it should be feminine without being cutesy. I wanted it to be sophisticated and refined and sort of classic and timeless, which is a hard thing to ask somebody to do, you know, to make something that sort of already looks vintage in a way. But she's gone away and she's done a fantastic job. It's absolutely beautiful, and here it is. This is the cover for my book, Out of Love, and I can't wait to hold it in my hands, and oh my god, I'm getting a bit emotional. That's, wow. Ooh, wow, that just hit me. Fuck. I was about to apologise. I'm not going to, because this is fine. Captain Marvel said so. It's just going to be so lovely to see it on my bookshelf next to all my other books that I've read and that inspired me. Oh my god. This is, hold on. If I could just get through one day without crying on the internet, that would just be lovely. I've always sort of seen the characters in the books I've read almost as friends, and so it feels like I'm adding another couple friends to the shelf who I can come back to and visit. God, it's going to be in shops and on shelves, and I'm going to see it places, and people are going to hold it in their hands. This is a lot, actually. I maybe should have thought about this before I turned the camera on. I'm going to get it up here on my laptop so I can sort of have a look and talk you through it. Wow. Yeah. I love it. I really love it. I never in a million years would have chosen mint green and yellow. I just never would have, but it works and it's beautiful, and it's eye-catching and but subtle at the same time. I love the whole layout. I love the hands. I love that you can't tell whether they're just touching for the first time or just about to let go. Oh my god, Hazel, Jesus. All right. You are watching an actual breakdown happen in real time. I'm just gonna cry through this. Here we go. I love that you can't tell whether that's sort of the first tentative touch, you know, when there's a spark between people and they're just sort of reaching out for the first time to touch one of those hands, or whether they're just about to let go and those fingers are just about to slip apart. Oh, my heart. Okay, we're gonna put that away now. This is not the video I intended when the day began. You may or may not have noticed the quotes on there. I am overjoyed to have such wonderful quotes from such wonderful people. I don't know if they'll be the final ones that actually go on the cover, but one of those quotes is from my co-writer on scripts, Mr. Paul Neefsey. I respect the shit out of him, to be honest. He's such a fantastic writer and a wonderful friend, and thank you for that quote. Comparing me to Sylvia Plath and Bridget Jones together is quite something. And then of course the other quote is from Matt Actual Haig, who wrote a book which is honestly part of the reason that I'm still here on this planet. The fact that a writer of his stature and caliber, who has meant so much to me personally, has provided that quote that's insane. That's insane. Thank you so much, Matt. You're a good guy. I think that actually is everything now. Thanks for sticking with me through whatever the fuck that was. Probably just gonna go have a cup of tea and a cry now. All the relevant links that you need will be in the description. I'll link to my other video about the book if you want some more information on it, and the link of course to my crowdfunding page where you can pre-order the book itself or pledge for one of the many lovely perks that are available. So there's like online hangouts with me to talk about writing and filmmaking, or like in-person readings and signings. There's going to be one in London and one in Dublin. I don't have dates yet, but I will update you soon, and they will be in or around the time the book is coming out, so that should be helpful. If you can't support me financially, that's fine. Thank you for watching anyway, and maybe you could tweet about it or share it in some way, just with a friend or family member or someone you think might like the book. Who knows? I'm going to stop talking now. Okay, that's happening right now. Stopping talking. Thank you. This has been actually quite lovely. Even though I'm just alone in my apartment, it doesn't feel like I am. Thank you. And goodbye for now. Still in my pyjamas. Very comfy.